This week we have two new vehicles that just arrived for us. I have with me the 2020 Toyota Sienna. If there was ever a family-focused people hauler, this is it. Seating for 7 or 8. So much cargo room inside this. Today I'm going to give you a first impressions walk around with some demos inside. This is the only family van in the segment still offering available all-wheel drive. But first, here's what Nolan is working on.
Well, Dave, I have the 2019 Cadillac XT4, and this is actually the cheapest Cadillac that you can get brand new. Starting out at the mid $30,000 range, even though this one, of course, typical press vehicle, is closing in on 50 grand, about 48.6. But this vehicle is still pretty impressive. It's got that Cadillac essence. It's got kind of a sleeker exterior look. Doesn't look quite so old and boring. Cadillac was definitely going for something a little bit more exciting with this, and we'll really find that out. We'll go through a full review as well, but let me give you a quick look. All right, let's start things out looking under the hood here of this XT4. And right up under the hood, you can hear it ticking right now. We've got a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's going to give you 237 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. That is paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission, and it is pretty darn smooth. We'll go through a test drive, of course, and miles per gallon with this all-wheel drive model is going to get 22 in the city and 29 on the highway. Holy cow, it is bright out, folks. It's September and it's still hot here in Texas, but let's go ahead and hop inside. So one cool thing that I'll show you in the review is that these actually light up, which is kind of cool at nighttime. Let's go ahead and hop inside. I've got it running because it's just hot out, and I just need the AC blowing when I get in here. I've got good headroom. I'm 5'9". I never have a headroom problem, like ever. These seats actually have a massaging function, which is pretty cool. It's not on every trim, but we have it on ours, heated and ventilated as well. So these seats definitely get an A+ in my category. When we flip things around, you can see the steering wheel. It's got some controls on there. The steering wheel is also heated, and it's a comfortable leather steering wheel as well. One thing that surprised me is the display up here. You've got a rather small display in the middle compared to some other luxury vehicles, but there's still seriously a whole bunch of information that you can see on here, like a ton of information. You can control what you actually see and don't see. The rest of the interior is pretty well done. You've got soft materials up here, soft materials on the armrests, even down here next to your legs, so that is appreciated. Not a huge fan of this screen. It is smaller than most in the luxury classes, but for this entry level, you can't complain too much. You've got a touch screen, or you can control it with this dial right here, which is interesting. And I'll kind of go through what the screen can do more in the review. You got a volume knob, which is good. You kind of use this as a seek or a control dial. This shifter is really funky. You got a button, and you literally just move it a notch or notch back, and push button for park. So that's interesting. Couple charging ports right up there, little storage bin. My bottle fits in here, so that's always nice. And I really like this little spot right here. It's actually a pretty cool spot for your phone. Decent storage, not too bad at all. Overall, the interior in here is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and check out some more. Now, for whatever reason, I always enjoy checking out the cargo area in the back seat space. I'm just kind of a nerd about it because it's a big part of your life when you actually use them. But let's go ahead and hop inside. So first of all, good news is I have pretty good headroom. Well, not bad headroom. I've got enough, and someone maybe 6 foot can sit back here without their head actually touching. The best part about here though is that it actually has really good legroom for a vehicle this small. You've got to realize this vehicle is not very big. You've got a nice soft armrest still. This part on the upper door is actually soft, so you still get some luxury presence for your passengers. Decent bottle holder down here as well. And I can really feel this right now. I've got this AC pumping out of here. Do not mean to have the heated seats on, but we do have heated seats as well, which is really cool. Not something you always expect in the entry-level luxury class, but we've got that. And you've got a couple charging ports, a Type-C USB as well. One thing though is that these seats don't scoot forward and backwards, and they don't actually recline. So that's a little bit interesting. We've got this center folding armrest though, so this is comfortable. This is actually really soft, and it's got some grips in here. Most time you get some like tiny little plastic bottle holders, but you might be able to fit something better in here, which is always good. And of course you've got blank handles up here and even LED lighting. Not bad for a back seat. One cool thing about the cargo area is Not every model gets it, but right under here you'll have a little Cadillac emblem where you can do the kick to lift function, the hands-free function, or you can just open it normally, and I'll show you in the full review the actual kicking motion. But as we go to take a look back here, cargo room is not great, but it's not bad either. You've got, and I've got a lot of crud back here, so I apologize for that, but it kind of gives you a perspective of what it looks like with a bunch of stuff. Anyways, you've got about 22 cubic feet behind the second row, and the second row is right there. So this is a pretty high load floor, and there's a spare tire under there, although it's not standard. You've got LED lights on each side, and let me show you what it's like to actually fold those down. So it's kind of annoying. It's not something I would have expected with a luxury vehicle, and it's a pain in the butt to reach back excuse me, and grab those seats with that big cargo cover there. But you've got to do it from here, which boo-hoo, it's not a big deal, but if you're going to be back there a lot, and if you're paying about 50 grand for it, I'd expect it, but oh well. So there you have it. There is a quick look of this Cadillac XT4 priced at about $48,600. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'll have a test drive in the full review and some more details of pretty much everything that you might want to see. So be sure to check the link in the description below on the Prime Autotainment channel. But thank you so much for watching. Back to you, Dave.
All right, Nolan, thanks very much. Looking forward to your full review a little bit later. So under the hood of our family taxi is a 3.5 liter V6 mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Looks like a small engine, but it packs quite the punch. We're looking at nearly 300 horsepower, 260 some odd pound-feet of torque. Now, fuel economy in the all-wheel drive that we have is around 20 and 22 with the front-wheel drive. As I've noticed so far, just in the last day of driving it, since I just got it, the all-wheel drive really grips the road well. I'll know more after my full week of driving. Anyways, nice little punch to it. We have a proximity key, so with the key in my pocket, I can put my hand in the door handle and it unlocks. Also, if you put your finger right here, or thumb, whatever, it'll lock it up. So kind of nice if you don't have to worry about going in and finding your keys if they're in your purse, your pocket, something like that. This is quite the wide door opening too, as I've noticed. Makes it super comfortable to get in. You want to have that kind of comfort when you're driving a bus like this. Check it out. Let me show you what it looks like here when I start it up. First thing that stands out to me is the fact that this shift knob protrudes out. I prefer the little buttons here nowadays. Maybe I'm being spoiled with all the cars I'm driving, but I like the push buttons here versus this. Or if I'm going to have this, I want it down here, but it makes sense because you're in a family hauler. You need to have this extra space here for could be a purse, could be some drinks, something like that. So I guess it makes sense, but I prefer the little push buttons that you might see maybe on a Honda, for example. Anyways, push button start, that's always smart. This screen is okay. It doesn't have a lot of colors to it, unfortunately. I like how some of the Hyundais and Kias and Mazdas, they get real colorful with their screen, but nothing here for that. It is missing ventilated seat option, which surprises me as I kind of glaze over this right now for the first time, but it does have plenty of buttons which don't really distract me too much. Everything seems to be appropriate. I like the way it looks here, makes sense. Gives you a lot of space down here as well. If you had this over here, then you wouldn't be able to have all this extra space for a purse, drinks obviously right there. Pop this open, nice deep compartment. That makes sense. Otherwise, usual suspects on the steering wheel. Got the instrument cluster, got some color there. That looks okay. And we just got it, so it's just showing almost 22 miles per gallon in mixed driving. The steering wheel does adjust up and down and telescopically in and out. Up here, you can open the lift gate and also both the side doors, which I'll show you as well. Really nice because let's say the kids are in the car, they're all strapped in, and you want to close the door, but you want to get out, don't want to get out, you press these buttons and they open. In fact, I'll open both of them right now and we'll go back there and show you some of the back seat area with the cargo and the captain's chairs. So there it is, a very spacious back area. These seats do slide back, what I've noticed, and you can take them out, which I'm going to showcase in my full drive and review when that's all said and done on my channel. But these seats do come out. Comfortable enough for me, as they should be for anybody, because they're going to be hauling a lot of people. There are 4 different latches available for car seats in the vehicle. Again, makes sense, right? And you'll see right there in the corner, which is actually right here as well. You can close the doors, as I'm going handheld here. Close the doors with a push of a button. So if the kids can't get to it, then you can do it by going up to that spot there, which I was kind of showing you earlier. But in the meantime, if they want to get out, you can press the button, the door slides out. You'll find 2 more USB ports right there, which is good. And we have a little extra bonus here. They've got a drop-down entertainment system. This is like 16 and some odd inches wide. This car even provides headphones, provided by Toyota, in the back. And I assume that these hooks are for the headphones, maybe? That doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really fit very well. Anyhow, so captain's chairs to allow someone to get all the way back, which I will do now in real time. Let's see where that other, they said 5 USB ports. So I got 2 right there. I got a couple, 1 right there. So they must be somewhere. I'm gonna keep on looking because they gotta be here somewhere. Oh, volume, maybe for the headphones, for the entertainment system. Anyhow, so here I am in the back with this seat up. Obviously, I'm gonna get plenty of room. This seat looks like it's all the way back for the most part. So, hey, this is gonna work for some bigger adults. This back seat looks like it's a 60-40 split. Here's the buttons you'll recognize for the latch. So you can hook your car seats in here. Families want to know that. This right here. Oh. So that's what happens when you pull things and you haven't done it before. That's the beauty of doing these Just Arrived videos. I pull a strap there and the seat comes down and knocks my camera over. This is what it looks like. So I'm gonna give you a better demo in the back seat here. Let's go do that now because I'm embarrassing myself. Here on the key fob, you see the buttons for the side doors. I can actually close the left door. How cool is that? And then I'll hold this to open the liftgate. Very smart. Now here's something cool. You see this every once in a while in these bigger vans. They have this huge cargo area in here. So behind this back row, they say it's around 40 cubic feet of volume, and that extra cubic feet is based on this and here. But I know this, pull, I think it's, there you go. So that's one-handed. So moms and dads out there, you can fold these and collapse them pretty easily, even if you're holding a video camera. There we go. Now again, those seats come out, and I'll demo that in my review. And when those seats are out completely, they say 150 cubic feet of volume. Otherwise, I think it's 118, 120 behind those captain's chairs. So yeah, look how wide open that is. Nothing getting in the way right here. Nice, big, wide, big mouth for the back. You close it right there. So wheel sizes range from 17, 18, and 19. We have 18s in ours, and the MSRP on this 2020 Sienna is right around 50 grand. Again, it's fully loaded. There are 5 trim levels, all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive available. We have the all-wheel drive top trim level, which is the Limited. I'm gonna work on this, and when my full drive and review is complete, you'll find it on the Everyman Driver YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description below when it's done. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson with Everyman Driver. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Adios. One more thing before you go, I've added links in the description below to some of the best-selling automotive accessories and products on Amazon right now, plus links to some of the product reviews I've done. You can find it in the description below this video. And if you don't mind, take a couple of seconds and click that subscribe button. I'm uploading 2, 3, sometimes 4 new videos every week, and I don't want you to miss anything, plus it helps support my channel. As always, if you have any constructive criticism, thoughts, or suggestions about my video, please leave it in the comments section below.